everyone.
Okay, dear friends, we know that in the US we have a lot of communities, and in San Jose alone we have about 30 communities, and we like to live peacefully together. And but the US is not a say a melting pot. I know that a lot of you or some of you can think that US is the melting pot, but now it's just popular. So if you look at the Vietnamese community, you see something strange. And me, a Vietnamese also, I look at Vietnamese, I see something strange in the Vietnamese community. So you can explore the Vietnamese community through my speech. This is my layout. First introduction body, and we have the 3 points: reasons, belief, and culture, mental habits, and some taboos of the Vietnamese community. And we have the conclusion. First, I would like to tell you why the reason the Vietnamese are here. Different from other community, the Vietnamese rush to the U.S. in a short period, so just for so many kids. And now we have, in the U.S., we have 2.5 million people in the U.S. now. So we have 5 stages. The first stage is before 1975. There are very few people, Vietnamese people in this country. They just came here for training, for studying, especially for military training. And but with the event of the April 1975, with the collapse of the South Vietnam government, a lot of people came to the U.S. at the time. Most of them at the time is the high officer, the people of the high educated, and maybe some of them the CIAs, a lot of officers and personnel working right under the American government. And the third stage, that means from the 1970 and 1980. At this stage, a lot of people came here by boats, say boats people. Most of them are Merchants, and a lot of them are Vietnamese Chinese origin, because the Vietnamese merchants are of Chinese origins, and by some political and economical reasons, they must fled away from the country. Besides that, there was a lot of fishermen and the countryside people. You may be surprised about the fact that a lot of fishermen rush out to the ocean and come to foreign countries, including the U.S. Because you see, this is the Vietnam map, and you can see this very long beach, long coast, say about 3,200 kilometers. So a lot of fishermen along this coast. So among the people that fled for U.S. belongs to the group of the fishermen. And in the late of 1990s, we have another wave of immigration to migrate to the U.S. I mean the HO. HO means high officer. This is the ex-officer. They working in the army, in the Vietnamese army. And why they're HO? HO, that means the high officer. If we get the high school diploma, and we can be a HO. So we can see a lot of HO here in San Jose alone. So the surprise, because a lot of high officer, because just get the high school diploma, we can get this status, and with the condition that they must be in the prison for 3 years or more. And the ODP means Orderly Departure Program, which is the agreement between the American government and the union. Because a lot of people, they fled through the boats, so very dangerous to them, they, um, they might be robbed, maybe raped, and they might be dead. So the union arranged with the American government to give them the program for them to go in orders. Now we come to the some of the beliefs and culture of the Vietnamese community. First, you have the contiguous value, religions, and Oriental culture. This is contiguous. So the most important word, the key word of contiguous, based on the word Chen. Chen means social virtue to maintain social harmony and peace. And it includes benevolence, charity, magnanimity, sincerity, respectfulness, altruism, religions, loving kindness, and goodness. Most of the Vietnamese and Vietnamese family, they based on this value to live. So later on, you can see why we have the conflicts in the communities or in the Vietnamese families in the U.S. because of the country's value. They had a conflict with the American value. When the Vietnamese they live in the U.S., they have some, say, cultural shocks. The cultural conflicts in family between spouses. If you are Vietnamese, you can understand about this. But for you, if you are American or you are American born, this is very, very strange to you. That's why there's spouses conflict. In the Asian countries and especially in Vietnam, in China, so the role of the women in the family is very, very low. The women are considered as a maid, or they just do the household position in the family. They don't take part in the social life, and they must honor the husband. They must believe in what the husband is speaking, and they must doing what their husbands order them to do. Very obvious. Now in the U.S., they can take part in the social life. They can work, and myself, I have seen the scene that I have never seen in Vietnam. That's my brother, my blood brother. He do the dishwashing for his wife. I think that here is maybe normal thing, but to me it's very strange, and I feel pitiful for him. But I feel very afraid that because in the future I may do this dishwashing like him. But I'm married. So the men, they feel very angry, they feel upset about this, and the women themselves, they have it changed the role. So sometimes they bully the husband